Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the astrology of December 2025. And trust me, this month is one of the most spiritually significant and energetically charged periods of the entire year. We're talking about big lunations, a rare Neptune station at the final degree of the zodiac, and a series of extremely powerful zero-degree ingresses that mark a new karmic cycle collectively and personally. If you're sensitive to energy, or if you're a spiritual seeker, or if you simply want to know what the cosmos has prepared for this month, you're in the right place. So, let's begin. This month kicks off with a buzzing and mentally stimulating full moon in Gemini on December 4th or 5th, depending where you are in this world. Gemini full moons are all about information overload, clarity through conversation, messages, announcements, and news, contracts, truth versus information, misinformation, and the duality of choices. This is one of the particularly This one is particularly intense because it lands at 13 degrees, the degree of curiosity, restlessness, and communication. So, could this mean for the collective? We can expect sudden revelations, important conversations, decisions that come to a head, data coming to light, plans changing quickly, people may talk more freely, sometimes too freely, and truth may spill out in unexpected ways. This full moon asks, where have you been stuck between two choices? What information do you need to make a decision? And what truth have you been avoiding? It's a great time for journaling, studying, finalizing paperwork, or resolving misunderstandings. But that, don't believe everything you hear. Gemini energy can bring clarity, but it can also bring noise. Now, let's talk about the most important transit of December, possibly of the entire year. On December the 10th, Neptune turns direct at 29 degrees of Pisces, the final degree of the entire zodiac. Neptune has been on this part, on this side of the zodiac before, but now it will be for the final time in a long time. This is huge. This Neptune has been retrograde for months and stationing at 29 degrees, also called the anaretic degree. This can bring a massive energetic release. Here's what this can symbolize. It can be the end of a spiritual era, a collective emotional purge, illusions dissolving, and a deep clarifying wave of truth. During Neptune retrograde, confusion tends to live internally, but clarity doesn't always translate into external life yet. When Neptune turns direct, that inner clarity becomes outer reality. You may notice intuition heightening, spiritual downloads, prophetic dreams, an emotional detox, letting go of fantasies, seeing the truth of people and situations, news surfacing around deception or secrecy. This is one This is like the final wash of the ocean before it retreats. Neptune has been in Pisces since 2012. This direct station in late 2025 is one of its final act before entering Aries in 2026, so this is a monumental shift. It's important to pay attention to what is evolving in your life, to what no longer holds power, and what real reality you're finally ready to see. 2 days later, on December the 12th, Mercury shifts into Sagittarius and the collective and mental energy opens up dramatically. Scorpio Mercury had us digging deep, analyzing, investigating, decoding, sometimes even obsessing. But Sagittarius Mercury is optimistic, visionary, philosophical, and this can be a time to think big, plan for the future, study, teach, explore, speak the truth, travel, and expand your worldview. But be mindful that Mercury in Sagittarius can also be blunt, preachy, overly confident, and careless with details, as it sees the bigger picture, not the details. This is the energy of someone telling the truth a little too loudly, or thinking out loud without filters. Use this transit to reconnect with your purpose, faith, and long term dreams. Ask yourself, what am I aiming for? What do I believe in? And where do I want to grow? On December 15th, Mars enters Capricorn, and this is one of the strongest placements Mars can have. Here, Mars is exalted, meaning that discipline, power, focus, strategy, productivity, and ambition can go forward. This isn't an impulsive Mars, this is the general, the architect, and the boss. We can expect a collective shift towards taking action, building long term structures, serious career moves, boundaries, leadership changes, and efficiency. This transit is amazing for starting a big project, launching businesses, reorganizing your life, long-term fitness or training goals, financial discipline, but you also have to watch out for burnout, workaholism, controlling behaviors, and stubbornness. Mars at 0 degree in Capricorn is especially potent. Is one of the strongest new cycle of achievement signature you can get. This transit activates the builder within you. On December 20th, we get the new moon in Sagittarius at 28 degrees, a degree associated with culmination, mastery, and late stage wisdom. This new moon is all about vision, purpose, belief systems, long term goals, and your personal philosophy, expanding into your potential. Right before Capricorn season begins, the new moon asks, what is your why and where your compass is pointing? What is the bigger meaning behind your 2026 goals? This new moon is the universe saying, before you create structure, choose your direction. Set intention around learning, travel, expansion, spirituality, optimism, and your mission. It's a beautiful, hopeful new moon and one that inspires. The very next day, on December 21st, the Sun enters Capricorn, marking the winter solstice in the northern hemisphere. This is a turning point. Sagittarius season gives us inspiration and vision, but Capricorn season asks for structure and commitment. Themes of Capricorn season in general, it can bring responsibility, long term planning, leadership, discipline, goals, and legacy. The Sun at 0 degree in Capricorn activate the world axis, meaning events around this day tend to have global significance. This is one of the most powerful goal setting days of the year. If you do any manifestation work, vision boards, journaling, or planning, do it during this solstice. Capricorn energy says build it, commit to it, and follow through. And finally, on December 24th, Venus joins the party by entering Capricorn. Venus in Capricorn is serious, loyal, grounded, committed, traditional, and intentional. This is when relationships move from what do I feel to what am I building or what are we building. Expect relationships, commitments, long term decisions, practical love, financial planning, better boundaries, and defining roles. And up, Venus in Capricorn asks, are we stable? Is this real? Can we build a future? Financially, this is one of the best times of the year for savings, investments, and financial discipline. This Venus is a mature and steady and brings structure to both money and relationships. Now, a few words about this month for all the rising sun or moon signs. For Aries, this month can bring a career acceleration. Mars can give you discipline and strategic power. Big travel or education themes can activate. For Taurus, uh, This month can bring deep financial decisions, new investments or shared money shifts, and relationship commitments can solidify. For Gemini, this month has a full moon in your sign that can bring emotional clarity. Partnerships go through serious re-evaluation. For Cancer, this month brings forth health, productivity, and routines that can get a major reset, new relationship commitments, or boundaries. For Leo, this month brings creative momentum, romantic clarity, powerful work wins, new joy or passion projects. For Virgo, this month, home and family breakthrough can be a theme. A new vision for your living space and career goals can crystallize. For Libra, this month brings strong communication themes, contracts, writing, conversations, relationship can solidify. For Scorpio, this month brings financial upgrades, a new work ethic emerges, Mercury motivates learning and expansion. Sagittarius, this month brings a new identity themes. Can rewrite your priorities as this new one can bring a personal rebirth. For Capricorn, this month brings a wave of Capricorn energy that activates your first house because Sun, Venus, and Mars are all in your sign. Massive can bring massive new beginnings. For Aquarius, this month brings spiritual clarity, emotional detox, and new friend circles. Mission work strengthens. For Pisces, this December, Neptune goes direct and gives you a massive emotional reset. Leadership and community teams can rise. Let's take a moment to look at the big picture. December 2025 is a month of endings and beginnings, a shift from intuition to action, a transformation from vision to structure, a spiritual completion followed by material grounding, with Neptune stationing at 29 degrees of Pisces. The entire spiritual cycle ends. With multiple zero-degree ingresses, new karmic cycles begin. And with Mars exalted, we feel empowered to build our next chapter. This month asks you, what are you ready to release? What are you finally willing to see? What future do you feel called to build? And remember, the universe always clears the path before it opens the door. Thank you so much for being here, beautiful soul. If you enjoyed this deep dive into December 2025, give this video a like, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe for more weekly astrology. Let me know in the comments which transit are you most excited about. And are you excited for the Capricorn season coming in? Sending you so much love, clarity, and cosmic guidance. See you in the next video.